she a bopper. Get the job done so proper. Yo chick need prescriptions, niggas getting cash like doctors. Shake that ass, it's coming in and it's coming fast. Don't fuck around rock rollers that'll bite you up and then spit you out. I guess she a dog, cause she bite me up and then spit me out. I'm faded, what I'm saying, I'm out my mind, ho. Sometimes you ain't gotta give a fuck, and right now I'm on one.
I matched the flag. What is going on, YouTube land? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into this shoe review right here, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And again, we are hitting it really close to that 10,000 subscriber mark here on this YouTube channel. Thank you if you're subscribed already. If you're not, you definitely will want to, because once we hit 10K, I'm gonna give away a Supreme Floral Skateboard deck and a Supreme Super Soaker. So definitely hit that red subscribe button. I'll wait. Let's get it. So if you're in this game, you already know that Supreme is back in full force. We're already on week 4, which is kind of mind-blowing. In hand, I have the shoe produced from the collaborative effort between Nike and Supreme on the Air Force 1. Air Force 1 Low 2020. Now, Nike and Supreme aren't strangers to collaborating with each other on Air Force 1 shoes. We've had several CDG Supreme Air Force 1s. We had the NBA Air Force 1s. There's just been a long line of them. This Air Force 1 Supreme shoe released on March 5th, 2020, which is the week 2 drop, and it actually dropped alongside a black pair, and they retailed for a price point of $96 USD. Add your tax and your VAT just based on where you reside. Also add your shipping if you bought it from the Supreme website. Now, concerning resale, looking at StockX, looking at GOAT, this shoe is going anywhere between $220 to about $280 USD. Now, unfortunately for me, I was not able to cop a pair myself. I actually tried to cop manually. I tried to use Plugged. I tried to use Swiftpreme. I didn't hit at all, but my friend Taylor, who you saw in the Jordan 5 Off-White video, he used his Swiftpreme account and was able to cop a size 9, in which he's letting me borrow to do this video. It's funny because prior to this shoe's release, a lot of people were making fun of this shoe. I mean, you could just go to your Foot Locker, you can really just print out your own Supreme box logo and then just paste it there or paint it on or whatever you want to do. The shoe doesn't have too much in terms of creativity associated with it. It's just a plain Air Force 1 shoe with Supreme branding all over. A couple weeks later, the shoe drops, the shoe sells out, and the prices, again, are now reflective of that $200 to $280 price point, resale price point. So let's actually get into the specifics of the shoe. If you've seen a plain Air Force 1 shoe before, it's almost similar. There are some differences on the shoe. So your upper is mainly comprised of a premium grain leather that is done up in a white color all around. So you have your quarter panels, your swoosh, your toe box area, your vamp, which has perforated holes for breathability. It's all pretty much done in that white premium grain leather. Towards the heel of the shoe, we have that debossed Supreme box logo right here on that premium grain. You can feel it depressing as you roll your finger around it, and it's done in that red ink. Moving on to the lacing system, we have the eyelets that are punched onto the leather panels on both the lateral and the medial sides of the shoe. Now, the default set of laces that they provide us are of a white color, a flat shape, and a cotton build. The secondary set, which you'll see right here, is done in a red color, and it dons the Supreme branding going all the way across in white leathers, and it looks pretty good. To be quite honest, on a white Air Force 1 shoe, I prefer the white laces, but when it comes to this particular shoe, I definitely prefer the Supreme set of laces. Getting into the nitty gritty, we do have a metal fastener at the bottom of the lacing system, and it features that Air Force 1 and Supreme branding on it. Behind those sets of laces is the tongue, which is done up in a white leather on the front side, and on the reverse side a white cotton. Towards the top of the tongue, we have the woven label right here where the Nike Air logo is done up in white threading, and the Supreme box logo also done in that same white threading. Flipping it over and getting to the inside of the shoe, the lining is done in a cotton fabric that is white in color, which I'm not a fan of, but I understand. Typically, when you get your Air Force 1s in plain white, it's done like this, but I would have preferred if they've done like a red lining or a gray lining, something that won't get dirty so easily as white. And it is padded on the medial, the lateral, and at the heel to provide cushioning towards your ankles. In removing the insole from the shoe in matching fashion of the lining, you have this white fabric going on, placed on a thin piece of gray foam. Towards the heel of the shoe, we have that red box logo from Supreme and the Nike Air logo, again all at the heel area. Getting to the foundation of the shoe, the midsole, it is employing this white color and it is made of this rubber component to enable flexibility and durability. Towards the heel of the shoe, you'll see this raised logo of Air, noting that there is an Air unit within the shoe. With Air Force Ones, we don't have the heel unit or the full length unit. We have that 3/4 unit to provide cushioning towards your foot. The outsole, much like the midsole, is employing that same rubber component, again for flexibility and durability. The traction system features the circles at the top, the circles at the bottom, with your Nike branding in the middle right here. When it comes to sizing, normally I'm rocking a size 8.5 or a 9, with 8.5 being my true to the size. But when it comes to Air Force Ones, it's like a totally different game. Air Force Ones tends to run a little bit bigger, so I suggest that you hit up your local shoe store at the mall, your Foot Action, your Foot Lockers, try on an Air Force One shoe over there, and then pull the trigger on this shoe. So with Air Force Ones, I usually go with an 8.5 or a size 8, but 8 it seems to do it for me. In terms of comfortability, I've never found Air Force Ones to be comfortable at all. It's a super bulky shoe. It's a pretty heavy shoe, especially with all that rubber on the midsole. It's not very breathable with all the leather on the upper of the shoe. The only saving point for the shoe is that 3/4 Air unit in the midsole. Like when I'm wearing Air Force Ones, it's definitely for aesthetics. It's not because, oh, it feels great. Overall, I think this collaborative effort from Nike and Supreme, it's kind of lacking. I mean, they really just slapped on a small box logo at the heel. I mean, the laces are probably the coolest thing about the shoe, if not cooler than the shoe itself. They could have done so many things. They could have had so many creative turns with this shoe. If they would have employed a red lining with Supreme branding all over, that would have been super dope. They just had so much potential for the shoe and not kind of squandered it. I mean, they can make more, but they could have done way better. Alright guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about this collaborative effort from Nike and Supreme on this Air Force One shoe 2020? Is this a good pickup, a bad pickup? What do you think about the design aspects of this shoe? What would you have done? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And again, we are hitting it really close to that 10,000 sub mark here on this channel. Thank you if you're subbed already. If you're not, I'd appreciate it if you do. Alright guys, I'm Chris Catalunya, and we will check you next time. Cheers, sige na.